Flatline Blades, what's going on, guys? Got something really cool, different, and awesome for you. My first ever sponsored review and Blade Traders, my Facebook group giveaway. So this is Kansept knives. They sent me one for giveaway and they sent me one for myself, which makes me pretty happy. Obviously, these are dramatically different knives. And it was pretty cool because it matches my logo. I thought it'd be cool for my first ever sponsored keeper knife to match my logo on my channel. So ended up getting stuff that was green and black. Made sense. If this was a slightly different green, I might swap what I'm supposed to give away and keep. This one is technically more money, so I'm sure they wouldn't have a problem with me flipping which one I did as a giveaway and which one I kept, but that's neither here nor there. So the small one is the AGI 2.94 inch blade. I'm not positive what MK Knives means as far as the designer goes, but this one is black stone washed, CPM S35VN. It's green carbon fiber. It's more or less fat carbon, and a black stone washed titanium. The other one, the big one, is the medium size KORVID. This one is the M Plus 3.07 inch. It's Koch Tools designed, black stone washed. This one is 154 cm, and it is, they call it grass green G10. And I'm not going to show both of them because they're the same, but the presentation for these is cool. You get a little pouch. Well, you get a little bag. Then you get a little pouch. And then this is like warranty stuff. Yeah, and a microfiber cloth. I'm not trying to get into that, but it has good presentation and it's a cool little, it's a little bit different of a box. Nobody's buying knives because of packaging, but it is nice when somebody does something a little bit different. So thumbs up to them for that. Since they both match, since this is my first ever sponsored content, I figured I'm going to go ahead and just do both of them together, collectively. So what I will do is I'll put one to the side, concentrate on one, and then do the other one. I figure it just makes it better and easier instead of doing two videos. This thing is badass. It's a tank. It fills my hand perfectly. It's a cleaver. You got thumb studs. You got a flipper tab. You even have a fuller if your finger can get in there and catch it. It's not really made for that, but if you play with it a little bit, you can get it to do that and manipulate. And it is a liner lock, obviously. It's G10. It's got a deep carry clip, black liners. And this one is 154 cm. This one, a lot smaller, lighter. This is the AGI. This is S35VN. It is a frame lock. So it's obviously it's titanium, but it's also got this badass fat carbon. I mean, they call it carbon fiber on the box, but I'm pretty sure most other places would call it fat carbon. It's cool though. It's different. The light hits it, makes it, you know, other stuff stand out and pop. That's really cool. This one is a flipper, and it's only a flipper. So I'll go ahead and bust out the scale. Wow. So the medium size KORVID, it's the M Plus, is 6.53. AGI Wow, that thing weighs nothing. 2.08. See, I knew there was a giant difference. I didn't realize it was literally 3.5 times difference. That's pretty crazy. All right, as far as the ruler goes, so your total length on this big bad boy right here is almost 8 inches. It's got about a 3-inch cutting edge. I guess technically the blade size is probably 3 1/4. I think 3 1/2 would be stretching it. It's got a big finger choil, but it's right at 8, maybe a smidge under. The AGI, a lot easier to just plainly look at it and see. This is a 3-inch blade, and cutting edge is about, I mean, it's only about 1/8 of an inch shy of 3 inches. The length on this one, see, that thing's small. This is only 6.5 inches total length. Smaller than I was anticipating it to be. I've only had these a day. I haven't really played with them much. Because I've had a couple of knives to play with. I like both of them in their own ways. They're just dramatically different. This thing swings open with authority, and I feel like I can just take on the world with this big thing. Obviously, it's not going to be good for piercing. It is a very big, blunt tip. But I can imagine like making spears with sticks or something. This thing would be fantastic at that. Even busting this thing out in the kitchen, chopping up some meat. Normally I don't do that with pocket knives though. I'm not saying that I'm pulling something out of my pocket and cutting up my steak. Doesn't mean I haven't, doesn't mean I would never. I'm just saying it's not something I normally would do. And so this is dramatically different, obviously. I already kind of showed the fat carbon. This thing weighs nothing, and the 6.5 scares me off just looking at it as far as rating the number. But it's just big enough to feel like it's kind of filling my hand up. The weight is so different though that this thing is easily, hands down, a great pocket-friendly EDC knife. You barely even know you have it in your pocket. Where this thing is a lot different. 6.5 ounces, and obviously even the profile in your pocket is just a lot bigger. But to be fair, it's not even fair to compare these knives really. They're just so different. Cleaver, big, massive, 6.5 ounces, liner lock, G10. This is a frame lock. It's only a flipper. It's got fat carbon front scale, and it's barely over 2 ounces. So, very happy, very thankful and appreciative for Kansept knives.